from the public opinion in Europe. And the court has decided that according to them I committed a crime, while in the whole sentence I said I was being accused of being aggressive with the police, and the funny part is that the police didn't remember me being aggressive.
Yeah, she was witnessing in court today.
She said, well, he was aggressive, but I don't remember how. When the accusation asked how exactly was he being aggressive, and she said, well, I don't remember. And that's pretty funny, because if someone is being aggressive, is doing something to someone, but apparently, let's put it this way, in humor, police in Finland don't have that much memory. We also joke in Italy about the police, so it's pretty common thing. And so, but this is a very serious question of freedom of speech in Europe and in the European Union, and this put in question everything about the European Union, because it is a human right to protest peacefully and to take part in assembly. I mean, there is the United Nations recognize this right, and Finland, as being considered among the most democratic countries, should not arrest and put to court candidates from the opposition for simply asking questions. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Salissa 414, juttu numero 12, syyttäjä vastaan Levis. Asianosaiset istuntosalin, olkaa hyvät.
Yes, so I have the right to appeal against this decision, and I have
appeals court.
In the appeals court, I have to do it within 7 days. I'll have to think about it because I want also to know what's public opinion on this matter. Like, is it for you democracy important and freedom of speech? And I want to see a feedback from the news and from the people. And I really hope that people will comment, and there they say for what they think of the whole story, that hey, we have a Finland that is so democratic that when the European president said, say thank you that you're not in Russia, because if you were there you'll be in prison and then I get arrested on the spot immediately. I mean, this news should be covered all over the world. How on earth people should be afraid to ask questions? This is the most basic of democracy. We have the right to ask questions to our leader. We have the right to ask them what they're doing with our lives. We have the right to protest peacefully, especially when it comes to human rights. Because as you can see, the court said that from now on, I have to inform the police in advance to peacefully protest again. So I cannot go by myself and take part in any protest in Finland anymore unless I ask permission to the police. Is this freedom of speech? I leave this question for you and to all the European citizens watching this video. Thank you very much. Yes, Tina.
Are you going to ask questions?
Yeah, I would like to ask questions. Now you have a paper in your hands.
Yes.
Yeah. What does it say? It's the verdict. How much, what kind of punishment did you get?
Yes.
I was listening there. I'm a journalist from Reformi Studio, and I was following the whole thing. And
yes.
You wanted to comment something on the translation part of it.
Yes.
We had problems from the beginning.
Yes.
So
I'm sorry to say, but this was the worst translator ever I have ever seen in my life. The court will not understand him in Finnish. I will not understand him fully in Italian. And you know, when you are in this kind of situation, you have to kind of don't contrast too much, because at the end of it, the decision is in the judge's hand, and you cannot complain too much about the service. But the translation was terrible, and I wish it would have been better. In the paper it says that according to the Finnish court, I have committed a crime and I have to pay a fine of 10 days.
Yeah,
And
daily fine.
Daily
yeah.
fine. And in Finland, you pay the fines according to incomes, but it's not a matter of money, but it's a matter of principle, of freedom of speech and democracy. Like, is it if this were you, like if it was you asking questions and then getting straight into the police car and we're doing this because of safety reason, and then this is clear intimidation from the authorities. The fact that I have to ask permission to the Finnish police in future for taking part in any protest, this is clear intimidation. So you want free speech in Europe? You want to protest in front of European president? We'll put you in court. We'll fine you. We will not let you protest peacefully. And if you dare to protest again, you'll have to ask permission to us, to the police. I leave the question to the people. Like,
And actually, in your case, the real problem was that you were protesting against Ursula von der Leyen. That's what the police witnessed, that it was their duty to protect especially Ursula von der Leyen. And if there was anybody who was looked like being aggressive or so, you were perceived as being an aggressive person. I mean, you're an Albanian Italian citizen, so you got a hot blood in your soul.
I mean, for the European Union, every opposition is a threat because they want to maintain power. So the biggest threat for them will be to have an opposition winning the election and sending them home. So of course, in their view, it was a political matter. It was about letting me not protest and don't raise the voice too much, because we want to maintain power as we want. We don't want to hear.
A little bit of the background of that situation was that it was 2 days prior the European Parliament elections, and Ursula von der Leyen was invited here to Finland by the Finnish Coalition Party, which is our Prime Minister party at that time. And the video that has gained now over millions and millions of
over
views.
5 million
Yeah.
views.
So Ursula von der Leyen is saying to the protesters, which was not you, there was a bunch of protesters, having their own demonstration. So she was yelling at them that you people there, when you're shouting, so you understand that you who would be in Moscow, so you'd be taken to prison or something in 2 minutes. And in the meantime, he wasn't even part of the demonstration. He was just a bypasser, going to take his to pick up your kids from kindergarten and everything. So he was arrested, and but this was the background thing. But so the main reason why the police was there was to protect Ursula von der Leyen. So I mean this happened the 4th of June last year.
In the middle of European elections.
And I said you were a parliamentary candidate yourself.
Yes.
Of the opposition.
Yes. So let's put some humor to it. So when you're picking your child from daycare, never ask questions to the European president.
Anyways, so you didn't actually protest, and when the police came, they walked you to the police car, and they gave you a fine.
Yes.
That was 10 daily
10
fines.
days.
So it was basically 60 euros. Plus then 40 euros for the state. I mean, that's always part of the deal here in Finland, that you have to see the state has suffered so much. So that was like 100 euros, and you paid it a couple of days after.
I paid it immediately.
So I mean that should have been like this, but then you contested. You were asking the district court that how is this possible? I mean, this is really stupid. Why did I have to pay?
Yes.
So then the prosecutor thought that you're contesting the fine. So then she
How
started.
dare
How dare you go against the state? So then the prosecutor took it, the whole turn
You took
again.
it personally.
Yeah, and now it became a police hearing and everything.
Yes.
And your hearing was, I checked the papers, that it was 8th of August last year. So but this been like taking over a year. And now it took like 2 hours here. So just imagine how much this costs for the Finnish taxpayers that we're doing this nonsense here now.
This is so ironic because the people in power, like Ursula von der Leyen, who makes decisions, and sometimes also like the scandal for Pfizer and the vaccines, that committing actual crimes, they can just get away with it. But if you are a normal person trying to ask for your basic rights and make questions, then you be in the court more than they be.
Yeah.
So like I will bet that if I keep contesting, I'll be in court more than Ursula.
Most likely. But yeah, but you're now going to proceed to the appeals court. But you have to ask, in Finland, you have to ask for a permission to get to the appeals court.
Right.
And even if you don't get the permission, you have to pay 270 euros, you know, for their handling fees. And then you can try and get to the Supreme Court, and only 6% of the people who try and get there. So I mean, that's almost impossible. So they'll still send you a fine of 500. I mean, not a fine, but a fee of 560 euros. And then the next step is the European Court of Human Rights, and there's like 1% of the applicants get there. So I mean, the only thing that matters here is media publicity, and since we now have the original video, so it's millions and millions, and I can imagine that after this trial and after these reports, it's going to be even bigger. So that's, you know, we need the support of
absolutely.
It's a
teamwork in democracy. Like it's important to listen also what the public opinion say. We don't have yet other mainstream media who are publishing the story. We send them emails that there was a case today in the court, and the only independent journalist in Finland is Tiina Keskimäki, who
Panu Hultala behind the camera. It's our Reformi studio, and
that they came and listened to the case, and I'm very grateful for doing independent journalism because we need free media. As you can see, it's important for people to know what's happening on important matters like free speech.
Okay.
Thank you, Armando.
Thanks.
You're a freedom fighter.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.